Can someone tell me how someone like me is obsessed with a sports game? Do I look athletic? Actually, no, don't answer that. Don't answer that. I've been playing this game so much. Sometimes I think I might actually be starting to look like a me. Has anyone else had this kind of problem? Like, can you see it? Or am I crazy? Don't know. It must just be my imagination. Also, if you've gone this far in the video and you haven't typed a comment about this, bless you. I know, I got it done today. I'm aware I've stained my scalp. I didn't have much of a choice. I needed to make this video today. Also, I'm legally obliged to tell you, if you don't subscribe to my channel, Eeowna will become your sleep paralysis demon and haunt you at night. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Anyway, let's talk about the game, shall we? Nintendo Switch Sports. I don't know whether it needed the word Nintendo at the front, like for the official name. It gives me the kind of vibes that, like, you know, when you were at school and you had to do a group project, only you were the only person in the group to do the group project. So at the end, when you have to say who did what in the group project, you put your name against everything. Yeah, that's what calling this game Nintendo Switch Sports feels like. Generally speaking, this game has filled a huge untapped market on the Nintendo Switch, which is a half decent motion controlled centered game. WarioWare, you let the team down. I am someone who loves to take my Nintendo Switch home with me whenever I go home and visit my parents, especially at the holidays. And one thing we love to do together is to play Nintendo games. Up until Nintendo Switch Sports came out, there were only really 2 games that were accessible enough for me to play with both my parents. And that was Mario Party and the 51 Games game. But for the first time in a while, we've got a new game to add to our repertoire. Nintendo Switch Sports is just like Wii Sports. It is so accessible, which I think is one of the really important factors to have when having one of these games. I would say my mum is like toddler level, right? Of like gaming capabilities. So if my mum can play this, kids can play this. So this is a great family game for everyone. And I honestly think this is something the Nintendo Switch has been missing. Now we've gone past who this game is good for, let's get on to the game itself. First off is the player customization. I love the fact that these are Mii's, but upgraded. And I also love the fact that if you don't want to upgrade your Mii, you don't have to. You can go and make your character an actual Mii. I also love the fact that you unlock customization options. I think that's a great idea. Also, I discovered not everyone has the same color scheme for the things they unlock, which is really cool. I also love the fact that the customization options are timed, meaning that in a couple of weeks we'll have a whole new collection of clothes and things to unlock. Overall, the motion controls are amazing. There are plenty of different movements per game, and I love the fact that the different motion controls really make this feel like an upgraded version of Wii Sports and not just Wii Sports with better graphics. Another thing that's great for accessibility is I think all of the games are playable from your chair. Like, if you want to have the full experience, you can stand up and play the games that way. But if you're someone who is unable to stand up or can't stand up for long periods of time, you can play every single game from the comfort of your own seat. Let's first start with the classic, which is bowling. 16-person bowling was such an incredible idea, and it works so well. Even with that many people, you don't have to wait too long for everyone to have bowled. Although it is definitely harder to score a strike in this game, it's still a little bit broken, which does mean when you play online, especially higher up in the pro levels, if you're not scoring strikes or spares every single time, you're gone. Bye-bye. Oh my god, and the special bowling mode is so good. It's so much fun. It's just what I remembered on the Wii. Next up, let's talk about the football. I was ready to hate this game mode. I hate football, and I also hate Rocket League. And this is just Rocket League football. But I actually ended up really enjoying this game mode. I think for me, the thing that I really enjoyed compared to like playing Rocket League is how the motion controls kind of control what direction everything goes in, which is far easier than trying to control it on the sticks. The motion controls were good, although they didn't always quite work out the way I thought they would. Why can't I go right? But playing online solo queue with a bunch of other people was a lot of fun. I had a great time doing it. I'm going to start this off by saying I love the tennis mode. Oh no! Tom, be ready! Yes! But it's lost some of the magic that the Wii tennis mode had. And I think the biggest issue is they made tennis more realistic, which in turn got rid of all the ridiculousness that was Wii tennis. And I miss the Wii tennis shenanigans. Like, you can't really have the front two tennis players just pinging the ball between each other anymore. And whilst that's probably a good thing when you want to play competitively, I miss it, man. It was so much fun. But once again, the motion controls are really good. You could do different types of spin, which seemed to work pretty well. And playing online, I don't know if it was just this game. I didn't have it for any other game, but I did experience some lag when I played tennis for the first time today. Badminton. I'm torn. Okay, so the badminton game, pretty fun. Handles really nicely. Love the way it works. I love the shot put sound. It's beautiful. I think maybe what's missing is a doubles mode. But what I found is that the rounds last forever. Now, I don't know if this is because I lack skill and therefore can't do really cool shots that will score points, or if the lack of number of shots you can do means that the game is inherently gonna last a long while. So you end up with these really long rallies, which are fine, but also my arm hurt, which I know is shocking because I am in peak physical condition. Don't laugh. Chambra. Basically, Chambra is what you can use to play if you're sad you're not a Jedi. My producer just told me it's pronounced Chambara. And by producer, I mean future Eeowna, who has edited this in later. I feel like out of all the games, this, tennis, and bowling are probably the most accessible out of all of them. You just point it like a stick and boom, you're good to go. Okay, volleyball might be the best new sport on this game, mainly because it has a really high skill level compared to the rest of them. I feel like volleyball has a lot on timing, positioning, like you can move your player around, which is not really something that matters as much with badminton or tennis. And playing this with two people is so good. Right, I will block. I didn't block. Go on, my son. Yeah! Next up is the online features. I feel like this will make or break this game. First off, you cannot make a 16-person friends lobby for bowling. Why? I just want carnage. Making a lobby, super easy, super fun. Splatoon 3, you best learn. And also, playing online with random people has also been surprisingly smooth. As I said earlier, I did have lag for one game, but other than that, everything is run beautifully. One thing that does suck is the two-person online mode. I think they missed a trick that they don't have a separate mode for two people playing together with their own ranking system. What basically happens at the moment is both of you require Nintendo Online to play together. Bit annoying, like why can't one of you be a guest? And two, your rankings aren't affected by any of these online games. Now, I understand that your individual rankings should probably have no effect, really, because if you're going to be playing tennis 99% of the time on your own, you might have a different ability level to if you played with someone else. But I do think that you should have a doubles mode where you face off against other pairs and both get rankings that way. That would be a lot of fun rather than them basically not counting other than for cosmetics. And finally, let's talk about the question everyone has been wondering. Is this game worth it? I'm going to be super annoying and say yes and no. First off, let's do the no. If you are someone who will be playing this game completely alone and you don't have Nintendo Switch Online, do not buy this game. This game will get stale so fast on your own. And that's because of one reason, the CPUs. Unfortunately, even with the CPUs on their hardest mode, they're not that difficult. However, if you can see yourself playing online with other people, online on your own and just having a bit of fun, or local play with your friends or family, like in your house, do it. For 35 quid, it is definitely worth it. But I will say it is on the line of being worth the money for me personally. I think the biggest thing is the lack of sports. If there were a couple more sports, I'd say 100%. Also, there are rumors of this game having 1 whole year of support by Nintendo, in which case maybe the dodgeball data mine is true. I think this should be a game you get with your Nintendo Switch, like Wii Sports. This came weirdly late in the Switch's life cycle. But as I said before, it's one of the best motion control games you can get on the Switch. And if that's something you're missing and something you need, I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's been a lot of fun. As always, thank you guys for watching. You can find me on Twitch down below for all of your Nintendo live content. And I'll see you next time. Bye.